Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for staying with us here at the Awini platform. I am Matt, your host once again from Nigeria. We are here to talk about the past match that they played between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the Bafana of South Africa. The match ended in a draw, which is quite disappointing for some Nigerians, and we are going to analyze the match step-by-step processes to see what has gone wrong. And we are also going to discuss the coming up match between Ghana and the Central African Republic coming up on Monday, which is 10th of June 2024. We are also going to discuss the match between Nigeria and Benin coming up same Monday, 10th of June 2024. So I have with me here in the studio Mr. Tijani, welcome.
You're welcome.
And I also have with me here Mr. Adeka, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Alright, so I have some few questions to ask them here. As you all know, they are quite top analysts and they are actually good at their game. So we are actually excited to have them in the studio today, and we are going to move straight to talk about, first of all, the Super Eagles match against the Bafana. So the match ended in a draw. Tijani, what do you think about the match that very day?
I'm very disappointed, and I know all Nigerians will be disappointed because in Africa we all believe that Nigeria, the Super Eagles, are the strongest when it comes to football. So for that match to end 1-1, I'm very disappointed.
Thank you very much, very good. Mr. Adeka, what do you think about the match, please?
I'm not disappointed about the match. It's an expected outcome. You don't expect the match to be easy for the two opponents.
Okay.
South Africa also know how to teams in another tournament, so as well as Nigeria. Also, South Africa are also looking to take revenge on Nigeria for knocking them out of the outcome. You could imagine at that point, Nigeria narrowly escaped South Africa and the penalty shootouts.
Okay, all right. So you're not surprised at all?
I'm not surprised.
Wow, this is actually shocking to me. You know, so many Nigerians went to that match with high expectation. They already believe they have already conquered the South Africans because they are playing on home soil. And if you remember vividly in our last video, I did mention that Nigerians are not really strong on home soil because they tend to play with overconfidence, full of zeal, and then they tend to make costly mistakes that end up costing them the game. So the match ended in 1-1 actually, and Nigeria are now sitting 5th in their table. So what do you think about that? Are you disappointed, Mr.
I'm disappointed about the sitting of Nigeria.
Okay.
Because Nigeria sitting 5th is a very poor outcome for Nigeria.
Okay.
But I hope things will turn around because actually, if you look at the points, the Rwanda sitting at the top with 5 points.
Okay.
So Benin with 4 points, then Nigeria, South Africa having 4 points, and Nigeria having 3 points. So I believe that if Nigeria happens to win in their next match, they'll be able to come on top again.
Yes. Okay. That's we believe. Mr. Tijani, what do you think? Are you really happy about them being on the 5th position?
No, I'm not happy about that because I'm a lover of the Super Eagles.
Okay.
So I'm very sad about them sitting on the 5th position.
Okay.
But I'm hoping that by the next match, if they are able to win their next match, they will be on the top of the group. Okay.
So in that match now, this question I'm throwing it to you, Mr. Adeka. In that match, which Super Eagle player do you think is to be blamed for that outcome? Who do you think is not at the top of his game that might have possibly caused Nigeria to draw that match that very day?
I cannot casually pinpoint a particular player, but actually so far I'm not really impressed with the play of the Alex Iwobi.
Okay.
Right, because before we used to have him and Aribo, Aribo at the midfield, but since Aribo moved from Rangers to Southampton, has not been consistent in the Super Eagles, and it has affected the creativity of the midfield. So you discover that these days the ball actually does not meet the strikers. You see that you see strikers struggling just to get head to the ball. It was not actually like that before. So I cannot actually pinpoint to the fact, but I think the Nigerian midfield is not just working.
Okay. So the midfield is not working. There's no way they can pass
to the strikers.
Exactly. I think I agree with you on that point. Mrs. Jani, what do you think about his point?
I agree with him because there is no connection between the midfield and the attack. And in particular, I'm going to call Alex Iwobi. There is no consistency in his game in the national team. If you check in his last 8 games in the national team, he had only 1 assist.
1 assist?
Yes.
Wow.
Just 1 assist.
Wow.
As an attacking midfielder. So
it's very poor, to be honest.
Yeah,
very poor.
I think we need to either come to the local league to look for a proper number 10 or search within the European country or anywhere to get another number 10, because since as for now we have only Alex Iwobi, because Aribo that is supposed to compete with him is not there. So I think we need to do more.
Okay. All right, thank you very much. So my next question goes like this to you, Mr. Adeka, once again. You know, though technically Nigeria is one of the best countries in Africa, right?
Yeah.
And Nigeria is one of the few countries so far that is unbeaten in this African World Cup qualifiers. So do you see that as an achievement?
I cannot call that an achievement.
But they are unbeaten.
They are unbeaten without being on top. It's just like, cannot be an Arsenal team playing unbeaten and without a trophy.
Okay.
Just like that. So you have to show proof for that you're unbeaten. Just like, let me just say, let Nigeria be the Bayern Liverpool. They played unbeaten and they're able to achieve a feat. But when you're playing unbeaten and not achieving anything, it's useless.
We want the unbeaten to come with winning.
Winning, yes.
Draw, yeah.
Okay. All right. So thank you very much for that. So the next question goes like this now, Mr. Tijani.
Yes.
Looking at the Super Eagles lineup that very day, they played a 4-4-2. So the 4-4-2 now, in front we have Ademola Lookman and thank you very much. And if you check Ademola Lookman in his club side Atlanta, he usually plays, I think, left wing or sometimes right wing, but mostly from the left flank. Thank you. And they always use a 4-3-3. Always 4-3-3 because it's going to be on the left, another person is going to be on the right, and they have a super top striker. I don't know if you understand my point now. Okay, so even the Paul Onachu, thank you, in his club side, Trabzonspor in Turkey, they always play 4-3-3 as well, and he always acts as the top striker there. But then using that 4-2-2 now, only him and Ademola Lookman in front. And I'm feeling like that is the reason why they are having difficulty in scoring goals. Or what do you think about that?
What I think about the formation is like, I think the coach is trying to try a new system. Every coach has its own pattern of play.
Okay.
Maybe the judge just came in trying to have his own pattern of play, but I think the players are not suitable with it.
Okay.
Because if you discover from the midfield, and midfield was not totally working, then the attack. You discover that Ademola Lookman was dropping too deep, which wasn't supposed to drop us when they're playing a 4-4-2 formation. Okay. Because they're supposed to be supporting on Nigeria, giving him the assist or waiting to receive the ball forward. It was not working. I think the coach should try a new perspective to the game.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Tijani, what do you think about the formation?
I totally agree with Mr. Adeka.
Okay.
So the players that we have on ground does not suit the type of play that Finidi want to play.
Okay.
So I think you need to go back to the drawing board and then come up with another thing.
Okay. All right, thank you very much. So let me throw this question back at you, Mr. Tijani. Looking at the formation of that day, looking at the players, the lineup now, do you think there's any adjustment he needs to make on that lineup that he started with South Africa that they drew that much? Do you think there's anybody we need to remove and substitute? Or you think it's perfect when they should start that same lineup against Benin?
The only player that needs to go out of that team for me is Alex Iwobi.
Okay.
We'll have a better person that will replace him.
Okay. Okay, you think Alex will be out now and someone in that position, at least Nigeria will do better?
Yeah, because there is no link between the midfield and the attack.
Okay.
Everything that we're doing just ended between the defense and the midfield.
Okay.
So we need somebody that will take it from the defense and then take it to the attack.
Okay, so Mr. Adeka, now who do you think is the best suitable candidate to replace Alex Iwobi?
I'm not saying that Alex Iwobi should go out of the midfield.
Okay.
I'm not saying.
Okay.
I'm not in for that because it's quite that Alex Iwobi is really critically around on ground now. Wow. And even if, like, oftentimes he doesn't have the attacking instinct, but discover that he's always on ground to like come for the area balls, come to like to assist the defense.
Okay.
So I think there should be an introduction of Frank. Because at the half point, Frank Onyeka was actually a tank for Nigeria. Because the one doing most of the work in the midfield. So I think with his introduction, and actually Paul Onachu should go back to the bench. Let's bring him to Boniface and see what he can actually do up front with Ademola Lookman. Or probably play 4-3-3 formation that actually allow us to accommodate 3 strikers up front.
Yes. Okay, all right. But Mr. Tijani really thinks Iwobi should be out of that squad.
Yes.
And to be honest with you, I think I have the same opinion because I don't know. So there's 8 matches. Are you not worried, Mr. Adeka? 8 good matches,
Just
1 assist.
1 assist.
In football, it's not everything about you having an assist or a goal, but your defensive contributions matters a lot.
Okay.
If you discover in the midfield that Sobi is not actually sleeping, but what you discover is that he's doing more of the defensive work, which he ought not to do. Okay. So I think there should be an introduction of Frank Onyeka. Maybe play 2 defensive midfielders and play him as in a free role position or in just a central midfield position. But when you're playing just like two in the midfield, he has the ability to, he has the obligation to also be a defensive midfielder as well. Just like you played in double for, just that he has an attacking instinct, which discover as games goes by, he becomes weak.
Okay, so now this question now I want to ask you. Do you see Nigeria winning the match tomorrow against Benin? Your honest opinion. I've been asking this question before.
Football is very hard to predict these days.
You're right.
I strongly believe in the Super Eagles to win because I have total faith in them.
Okay.
Because they have to win that match. They know that they cannot afford to lose another tournament. As I said earlier in the last time when I came to the studio,
yes.
They couldn't afford to lose another match. They really want to go to the World Cup.
Yes.
So they have to win Benin Republic.
They have to.
They have to. But I don't see it being a tough match with former Super Eagles coach on ground. He knows most of the players. He brought most of them to the quad. So General Trump will not just be looking at the Super Eagles like that. He will introduce tactics to stop the Super Eagles.
Okay. Wow. So Mr. Tijani, what do you think? Do you see Nigeria winning the match tomorrow? They are going away. They are going away. They are not on home soil this time around. So what do you think?
It's going to be very hard match.
Okay.
Very hard match. Based on the former coach, he knows what Nigerians can do. You know, most of the players that are there, he has worked with them. So I think he's coming up with one or two things to stop them. But I know Nigeria are going to win 1-0.
Okay. Nigeria are going to win 1-0. You are very confident. Okay. Alright. So I want to talk about this now. Mr. Adeka, sorry. I want to ask you a question, if you don't mind. Do you feel Nigeria are really feeling the absence of their captain in the AFCON through Ekong?
Nigeria actually missing their captain, just reached to say, for even the likes of Ahmed Musa.
Okay.
And let's say, I feel there's a disunity in the camp because before this tournament, just Ekong was stripped of his captain badge.
Wow.
Yes, the captainship was given to Kenneth Omeriwa as a stand captain because Kenneth Omeriwa has been the oldest player after Ahmed Musa in the squad. So there's a disunity in the camp currently, but it doesn't really affect the players. We saw the players mostly sitting at the bench. Omeriwa was on the bench. Chusekon is injured. He came like he has been injured, but even he being injured, Chusekon is still supporting the Super Eagles at the standby. So I don't really feel he's absent in the squad currently.
Okay, so he actually we got report that Chusekon actually got a fracture, and that was why he was exempted from the squad. Yes, but him being stripped of the captaincy, I don't know what transpired really. But it's not really a good thing because I'm feeling it for the Super Eagles now. It's really showing, it's obvious in their gameplay and even in the squad analysis altogether. So anyway, I'm going to also ask you this question: Do you think they are feeling the absence of Victor Osimhen that Napoli did not permit him to come into the national team?
It's not Napoli that does not permit him to stand corrected.
Okay.
He is currently injured. The last match before the season, Osimhen did not play because he was injured. Okay. So Nigeria are really missing him. Super Eagles really missing him because you discovered that when Osimhen is striking for Nigeria, there's only tension at the opposition side because they are always afraid of him. They're always watching after him. And discovered that because of his energy, there's always foul around the 18-yard box. Either outside the 18-yard box, close to the 18-yard box. Okay. So Nigeria are currently missing the Osimhen, but they are not too missing because Boniface is there and Paul Onachu is as well as strong as Victor Osimhen. But what Nigeria needs currently is just the connecting passes.
Connecting passes. Yes. Alright, no problem. Thank you so much for that. I think I agree with you on that too. So Mr. Tijani, this question is for you. The last time you were at this studio, you made mention of the politics going on in the Ghana national team with the Ayu brothers. Yes. So I want to throw this question back at you now. Don't you think the same thing is happening in the Nigerian national team with Alex Iwobi being consistent in every single game, playing 90 minutes, and yet the impact is not much felt?
I think there's politics going on there also.
Okay.
Because from what I gathered, it's related to the past legend JJ Okocha. Okay. Yeah, so I think the influence of Okocha is making the NFF to be inviting him.
Wow. So there's favoritism because of wow.
Because if you check for the past 8 matches, like I earlier said, he has only 1 assist. So he really have less to offer in the national team. So for him to be included in every team, I think there's something going on.
Okay, okay, Mr. Adeka, what do you think about that?
I disagree with the opinion. I don't believe it's policy that's bringing Alex Iwobi to the national team.
Okay.
Even being, there are many more players that are related to one legend or the other. Imagine the son of the legendary Tadamokachi did not even get the Super Eagles call-up.
Okay.
The son of Samson Sasa did not get a Super Eagles call-up.
Okay.
But Alex Iwobi having a call-up, like, he deserves it.
Okay.
If you watch his club, if you watch him in his club side Fulham, you discover that the guy is actually good.
No, you're right.
This guy is actually good. His energy, his passes are actually going through out there. But when he comes to the national team, I feel he does not get the support he wants.
What kind of support are you talking about, Mr. Adeka?
Okay, in his club side, he discovered that they are playing a formation, whereas he's playing a deep role in the midfield.
Okay.
But when he comes down to the Super Eagles, he's brought back towards the defense.
Okay.
In his club, you see Paulinho doing most of the dirty work for him to be able to attack. Discover there's energy in the midfield, but when it comes to the Super Eagles, either he plays with Clifford ADG or he plays with Frank Onyeka, and most of the times just there are only 2 midfielders in the midfield, which is not comfortable. At least he prefers a 4-4-3 formation where he has 3 midfielders, or a 4-4-2 formation where he has 4 midfielders. But with that, the guy can still function very well in the national team. But I don't think it's politics that is bringing to the national team, because even his uncle was not happy with his performance at the AFCON. So, and even when he was going to the Russia World Cup in 2018, he wasn't given much time to play. So I don't think it's politics that is taking the guy. The guy is actually
okay. All right, if you say so. You know why I ask this question specifically is because so many Nigerians too are having that same thought that because it's related to the legend JJ Okocha, he tends to gain more favor from the NFF, which is actually very wrong and at the expense of the Nigerians' success in general. But everybody has his own opinion, like you said. You don't think so, Mr. Tijani thinks so, and I partially think so as well. Let me not hide anything from you.
I have to think of it. You know, we actually dragged Alex Iwobi, the English national team.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
The England national team wanted to call Alex Iwobi up. They had to use the influence of his uncle again to bring him to the national team, which I don't think is politics. Okay. Because the England national team saw something in him at that time at a very tender age of 17. They wanted him to play for the national team of England, but he opted to play for Nigeria. Okay. So I don't think it's politics. You have to believe in him. For him choosing us after England, we have to believe in him also. We have to give him that confidence that it's actually good. And it's over before now, when Nigeria used to have a very suitable midfield with the likes of Obi Mikel in midfield. Discovered that was Alex Iwobi was actually functioning very well.
Yeah, I remember that time.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was functioning. He was behind the goals most of the time. He's like giving the assist or behind the goals. Yes. But with the recent midfield of Nigeria, he has gone deep. So he's no longer functioning the way we expect him to function.
Wow. Actually, you're right. You're right on that. So what possible adjustments do you think we could make that would make Iwobi to be worth being in that squad?
I think Nigeria should opt to a 4-3-3 formation. Okay. Where they will have a 2 defensive man midfield. Then him playing the 10th position, that is the attacking midfield position. Okay. All right. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Adeka, for your honest opinion and analysis. Thank you very much, Mr. Tijani. And we are moving straight to the Ghana match analysis coming up tomorrow, which is 10th of June 2024 by 8 p.m. against Central African Republic. So, before we go, I would like to state some facts here. Ghana has met Central African Republic only twice, head-to-head, and they actually drew the first leg when they went to Central African Republic to play the match. That was in the AFCON qualifiers, AFCON 2024 qualifiers. They played 1-1, and then the Central African Republic now came to Ghana, and Ghana defeated them 2-1. So Mohamed Kudus was actually behind 2 goals, which he scored them home and away, and also Enes Noma scored the second goal when they came to Ghana. So Ghana actually dominated Central African Republic when we talk about head-to-head matches. And this time around, they are playing in their Kumasi Stadium. And according to the news I've heard so far and the research, that Ghana have not lost a World Cup qualifiers match in that stadium since 2001, when they lost against Liberia 3-1. That they've not lost a single match from 2001 till now. That is 23 years of consistent playing World Cup qualification matches. They've not lost a single one. That they have won 18 and have drawn 6 of those matches. So what do you think is going to happen that day in Ghana? as I say, like, I not actually predict Ghana to just win because it's football, but to me, I believe Ghana is going to win Central African Republic because Ghana has the squad, Ghana has the experience that it takes, and also Ghana wants to build on their last victory to be able to qualify for the World Cup. But you cannot actually write Central African Republic off.
You're actually right. You're actually right. These days, Ghana have been so impressive. They have been so magnificent, so excellent. Their game plan is superb, and I am actually very surprised and pleased with their performance. Or what do you think, Mr. Tijani?
Ghana, they are good,
Okay.
but will not rule Central African Republic out because anything can happen. This is football.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Actually,
going to be a very tight game.
it's going to be a tight game, but in the sense that they are coming to Ghana's home, and because of that record, I'm feeling like Ghana are going to try as much as they can to defend that record. It's either they draw or at least win the match. Like the worst possible outcome could be a draw. Or what do you think, Mr. Adeka?
I agree with you on that. The worst practical outcome could be a draw, but to me, I strongly believe Ghana is going to win that match.
Okay. All right. So another question for you, Mr. Tijani, this time around. Don't you envy Ghana the way they play the game, the way they are successful in every qualification? You know, in back-to-back these days, they've been qualifying for World Cup, they're qualifying for AFCON, you know, and they always, you know, are ahead of us in every qualification match. Don't you envy them? I don't know. What do you think?
I do envy them, but this is football. It is a seasonal something.
Okay.
This is their time. So once upon a time, we are the giant of Africa.
Yes.
So
yes.
it will still shift from Ghana to another country.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Adeka, what do you think? Do you really envy them?
I envy the Ghanaian squad for qualifying, but one thing I don't like about them is the outcome of after they have qualified for the tournament.
Okay.
The squad always have a very disappointing campaign.
Yes.
Most of the time, they are not able to qualify to the group stage, which is one thing I hate. Like, they're just wasting the ticket to me.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. You are actually right. In the AFCON, they did not do as people expected, to be honest.
So it was very poor. It was one of their poorest outing in the tournament so far.
And even the World Cup, you could imagine, they crashed out of the group stage, which is actually very discouraging because even with the Nigerians, I must be honest, in that World Cup, I was rooting for them as well. I wasn't seeing them as my opposition or people that I'm going to root for to lose or something. I was actually rooting for them because they are our African brothers this time around. We wanted them to represent well. But unfortunately, they did not meet up to the expectation and they crashed out of the group stage matches. I don't know why they take qualifications more seriously than the actual tournament itself. But I hope and believe that these things will change as time goes on, that they will have a stronger mentality when it comes to the main tournament, because that is the main thing. Qualifying is not just enough. It's for you to go far or even carry the trophy. It's for you to have that mindset of winning at all costs. That is what the tournament is all about. So, Mr. Adeka, thank you so much for your honest opinion and analysis. And then, so I would like to ask you this question now. In that match coming up tomorrow, I want to ask for your honest opinion once again. I always say this because I know sentiment might step in. So, in your honest judgment now and your honest opinion, what do you think is going to happen in that match between the Central Republic and Ghana? What is the scores? What is the scores?
To me, football is not something you can predict, as I said earlier, but to me, I give Ghana 3-0 up front.
3-0 up front.
3-0 up front.
Wow, you have this confidence in Ghana to win this match.
If Ghana could actually, like last time when you called me, I told you that Ghana is going to win Mali. Ghana doesn't win Mali, it's going to be a draw. So Ghana actually proved me right, they won the match. So this time around, I'm still going to have faith in them to win Central African Republic. Okay. This outcome is probably a draw, as you said.
Okay, so Mr. Tijani, what do you think about the Ghana match coming up tomorrow? What's your own prediction?
Ghana are going to win 1-0.
Okay.
It's going to be a tight game.
Okay.
1-0 Ghana.
Okay. 1-0 Ghana, 3 goals up front. Okay, so these are just mere predictions. So we are going to see the actual outcome coming up tomorrow. So I'm going to ask this question for the last time, Mr. Adeka. What do you think about the Nigeria match coming up between Super Eagles and the players in Benin? What do you think is going to be the outcome?
It's going to be a very tough outcome, but I'm going to encourage Nigeria to win. I'm not saying this that Nigeria is going to win. Okay. I'm going to encourage Nigeria to win.
Why are you losing faith? Gradually.
I'm not losing faith, but these days football is not something to be predicted. So I'm going to like encourage Nigeria to win, because if they don't win, maybe it's going to be very difficult for them to qualify.
Yeah, absolutely.
And to me, I don't want Nigeria to go for another playoff. I just want a straight qualifier for Nigeria, because the playoff sometimes doesn't seem to favor Nigeria.
You're right. So, Mr. Tijani, what's your prediction for the Nigeria match coming up tomorrow?
Nigeria are going to beat Benin.
Wow.
2-0.
2-0.
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's actually an honest prediction, and I hope it comes as you've said. So, Mr. Tijani, is there anything you need to say before we round up the video?
I'm going to say that the Super Eagles coach, Finidi George, he needs to drop Alex Mobi.
Okay.
And come up with a player that will replace him. And then instead of that, his 4-4-2. I think you should opt for something like 4-2-3-1, so that Frank Onyeka and Al Hassan will be there, and so that it will be easier for the person that will be ahead, the midfielder that will be ahead of them, so that there will be link between the midfield and the attack. Unlike other games that the strikers struggle to get ball. So this is what I have to say.
Okay. So, Mr. Adeka, what do you have to say about the match going to come up tomorrow before we go?
But like I want to Super Eagles first, that they're going to play against a French team, because most of the Benin Republic players are playing the French league, which is going to be very easy for the coach Genetro to be able to choose the starting 11, because he already knows that most of them are playing the French league. They have a very particular, unlike Nigerians are coming, most of them, let me just say, all over Europe. Players coming from Turkish league, English Premier League, Belgium league, Portuguese league, and the rest. So I think the coach should be able to, like, this man that is coming up, should be able to play more. Should be more attacking minded. I'm not saying that he should not focus on the defense, but he should be more attacking minded. Like, and just be able to grab the ball in the first half. The match should be over at the first half at least.
Okay, they should kill the game in the first half, so that we don't need to.
So that we don't need the second half for that.
All right, thank you very much. I really appreciate your presence in the studio once again. It's so nice to have you here, and we at the Awini Unity platform, we love you so much. So, thank you everyone for staying with us at the Awini Unity platform. You've heard our discussion, you've heard our prediction, and you've heard everything we have discussed so far. Please, if you have any other addition or subtraction, please drop it in the comment section. Thank you once again, and do have a nice day. Bye-bye.